Hey everyone, how's it going? Cliff here with another video. This time it's a collab with mitmat, fellow content creator I met a year ago while he was here in New Zealand. We caught up, compared notes, and he was willing to do the first official IRL Showcase where he shared his version 3 of his IRL backpack. I've invited him to share what he's been working on since then, so without further ado, let's check in on mitmat.
Hello and thank you Cliff for inviting me to do this collaboration. My name is mitmat4d and I will be discussing my unique IRL multi-camera backpack. This is the multi-camera IRL backpack that I have assembled and built. We'll first start off with the cameras that I'm using as well and how they are connected into my bag. I have a DJI Pocket 3 connected to the Virus WL087 Pro. What this particular unit is capable of doing is converting the UVC output from the Pocket 3 and then converting it as a HDMI output, to then which I will feed a HDMI cable into the backpack itself. The next camera I am using is the Sony X3000 action camera in a 3D printed case. Now this utilizes a wireless HDMI transmission system itself, along with a power bank to provide long run times. There is a wireless receiver inside the backpack in order to pick up this wireless HDMI transmission from the Sony action camera. And the third camera I am using is the DJI Action 4. This is connected via a UVC USB cable into this converter, which converts it from UVC into HDMI, is then fed into the backpack itself. All right, let's now talk about the backpack itself. Now on the outside, we have a fan blowing air in, and we have another fan on the side pocket here, also blowing air in. On the other side, we have a clamp mounted to a selfie stick. This is where the Action 4 is connected to. And this 3D printed bracket is what houses the UVC to HDMI converter. Let's now open up the backpack. Now on the top here, we have a OC GoStream Deck 4-channel HDMI video switcher. Underneath it, I have a 3D printed container, which houses the Orange Pi 5 Plus that is acting as the Belabox encoder. And we also have a travel router, the GL-iNet MT1300 barrel travel router. Now, all three of those components are being powered off a V-mount battery here. And over here, we have another power bank that is providing power to this travel modem. This here is the Netgear Nighthawk M7 Ultra. And the other device is the HDMI receiver that is receiving the video from the Sony action camera. This is what the entire system looks like when being worn. I have the DJI Pocket 3 connected to a HDMI cable. I have the Sony action camera connected to the wireless HDMI. And on the back, I have the Action 4 mounted onto the selfie stick. All right, now let's get started through the overview of how everything works. So essentially we have the main command of this entire project is so that Twitch chat is able to redeem channel point rewards in order to change camera angles on the live stream itself. Now, overview, we have a home setup configuration, and then we also have the IRL backpack configuration. So let's go through the home configuration now. So here we have the home PC as the main item here. On the home PC, we have a few programs installed in order to have everything here work correctly. We have StreamerBot installed. We also have Tailscale VPN installed. And we also have a program called BitFocus Companion. What that allows us to do is to create an emulator deck that we can then change camera angles from using StreamerBot actions. Now let's look at the IRL backpack. So in the IRL backpack, we have the Belabox encoder, which here is the Orange Pi 5 Plus. We also have a travel router, which also has the Tailscale VPN installed as well. That then allows for any device that's connected to the travel router to be detected via the home local network. Now, the travel router is then connected via Ethernet into the video switcher, the OC GoStream Deck. When a chat reward is redeemed, StreamerBot will detect it as an action and then triggers a BitFocus companion command. That then is pushed through the Tailscale VPN network. Then the video switcher sees the command and processes it. That then feeds into the Belabox encoder, which in turn gets fed back into the Belabox cloud and back into our home OBS, which is then pushing out to Twitch stream, which then changes on stream. Me to test out the channel point redeems. I don't know if these cameras are going to be permanently labeled or positioned this way. How does that look with the backpack one? I'm scared. So I really do want to go to the beach side and all the locations of each of the cameras, right? So cam one, we 2 up, camera 1 and camera 3 is still active. So you can select that if you want to. Instead of the 2 up, 1 and 2, you can do 2 up, 1 and 3.
Thank you, mitmat, for sharing that with us. Let's see, we should probably start with a recap, right? Firstly, most IRL backpacks are single camera only, whereas his supports 3, while also giving viewers the ability to switch between camera angles. A couple of highlights I noticed. Very low latency between the cameras and audio. Not subject to the same issues as RTMP streaming. He's also able to swap out any of those cameras for something nicer, like a full frame camera with zoom. But some of the downsides include the size and weight, all the bits and bobs, multiple points of failure that can bring the whole thing down. I could go on, but I'll leave it there. What do you think of mitmat's IRL backpack? What would you do differently? And do you have what it takes to be the next IRL Showcase? Anyway, that's all from me today. Please follow and subscribe to mitmat4d on Twitch and YouTube. Links in the description, and while you're at it, go check out his video on screen. Color up. Battery. Full charge. I think my healthiest was when I changed her diet, which was really, really low. Are you okay?